Hello everyone, welcome to Clean Coder YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve this lead code problem number 72, edit distance. This is a lead code hard level problem. Don't worry, I'll explain this problem in depth, and I'll try to simplify the solutions, and hopefully I'll try to provide simplified explanation to this problem statement. So let's get started. Let's see the problem statement. It says given two strings, word1 and word2, return the minimum number of operations required to convert word1 to word2. So we have following three operations permitted on a word: insert a character, delete a character, replace a character. So these examples, I'll try to go through them in depth. Let's see the constraints first. So the length of the word is between 0 to 500, and word1 and word2 consists of lowercase English letters. So this constraint 0 to 500 is itself giving a hint that like it's a problem of dynamic programming, since the constraints are smaller in that. No problem. Let's go to the whiteboard and let's try to solve some uh, test cases for this problem. So let's try to brute force this problem. Okay, so let's say we are given two words. First one is rat and second one is bat. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to convert bat to rat, okay, in minimum number of operations, and the operations which we can do are replace, delete, and insert. Okay, so let's try to make a tree for our sequence of operations. Okay, so this is the input rat and bat, and let's compare the last character of both the strings. Both are t, right? So in this case we need not do anything. No operation is consumed because these two are exactly similar, and we can skip these two characters from both the strings. Okay, so what we obtain now? So we got RA and BA. Okay, we got these two strings. Now again, last characters of these two are same, and we can skip both these characters because they are same. So what we obtain now? We obtain now R and B. Okay, this is the strings we have obtained. Now what would happen? Now there are three possibilities using which we can solve this problem. We can either remove R from the first substring, which will lead us to this scenario, or we can remove the character from the second string, which will lead us to this scenario, or we can remove both the characters from both the strings. Okay, both R and B can be removed simultaneously, which will lead us to this scenario. Okay, so moving to these scenarios one by one. So this is a kind of base case because first string is empty now and second string contains a character. So in this case, the number of operations we would need to make the first string similar to second string or second string similar to first string is equal to the number of characters in the second string, which is 1. Okay, this character is worth 1 length long. So I'll return 1 in that case. This one is due to that. And same reasoning can be applied for this base condition also, that second string is empty. We need to convert first string to second string, and the minimum number of operations which I'll need is equal to the length of first string, so that will be equal to 1. Okay, now the third test case is interesting. The third test case is interesting because two strings are already same, right? Both are empty. So in that case, I need not do any operation, and the length and the number of operations which will come out is 0. Okay, so I'll return 0 in this case. So we can quite easily observe that the minimum number of operations will get from the third case. Okay, this test case would lead to minimum number of operations, which are this one, this one, this 0 plus a 0 above. Okay, which is this 0. Okay, which is equal to 1. So the number of operations needed to convert rat to bat is 1, and this matches with the answer as well. Okay, now let's check another test case. Let's say the words are tit and tat now. Okay, let's try to apply this naive recursion or brute force again. Okay, this t and t are similar, right? So I can skip them. These both are same, so I can skip them. So this contribution is 0. So the string which we obtain is ti and ta. Now there is the last characters are not same, right? These two characters are different. So I have three possibilities. Either I can remove a character from the first string. I remove I, which will lead to this test case. Okay, this test case. If I remove A, it will lead me to this test case. And if I remove the last character from both the strings, uh, it will lead me to the test case number 3. This scenario. Okay, so you can make the tree for these cases, but it won't come out to be minimum for sure. It would be greater than the last case, because here the characters are same. So I'm solving only the last case because we want minimum. So solving for t and t, these two are already same, right? So this is a base case. I'll return 0. So the answer in this case is 1. Okay, the answer in this case is let me write it here, 0 plus 0 plus 1, which is 1. So the answer in this case is 1, which is right. Okay, now let's try to solve one last test case. Hopefully you'll get to see the pattern from this test case. So this is the actual test case which is given in the problem statement. So first string is horse, second string is rose. So E and E are same, we can skip. Now I'll move a bit faster. Now we have horse and rose. Again last character is same, I'll skip, and I'll reach this test case. Okay, HOR and RO. Now again you can make the recursion tree for this and this. You can complete this recurrency, but the pattern which I want to show is like these two test cases are repeating, or these two subtrees are repeating, right? From two different branches we are getting same strings. So what I want to emphasize is there is a overlapping subproblem in this problem statement. So this problem statement for sure has overlapping subproblem. So let's move forward. So this is the brute force solution for which I was making the recursion tree. uh, I'll explain this solution. This is quite straightforward. Like this is the minimum distance function which is given to us. This is string 1, string 2. I'm passing both the strings along with their length. So in this block I'm comparing the last character of both the strings. If they are same, I am simply skipping that, like I am reducing the length by 1. And if they are not same, then there are three possibilities. uh, Either I can remove the first character of the first, either I can remove the last character of the first string, either I can remove the last character of the second string, or I can remove the last character of both the strings. So I'm doing these three recursive calls, and I'm taking the minimum of all these three because the problem requires us to find the minimum number of operations. So I'm returning the minimum one. And let's also check the base case. If the first string is empty, I am returning the length of the second string, because in that case the number of operations would be to reduce the second string to 0. And similar reasoning could be applied for the second if condition. So this is the brute force solution for this problem statement. Let's check the time and space complexity for this. So the time complexity is quite straightforward. It's O of 3 raised to power n, which is exponential. Okay, this is exponential time complexity, and space complexity is O of n square. Now let's try to optimize it, but like we were able to see the overlapping subproblem already. Now we are able to write the solution recursively. So it means the optimal substructure exists for this problem statement, right? Optimal substructure exists. So I can say that this problem can be solved by dynamic programming. So let's move to the next slide. So optimal substructure exists for this problem statement. There is overlapping subproblem also. So we'll try to optimize this problem with dynamic programming, and I'm going to write top-down solution using memoization, because I too find the bottom-up solution a bit harder to write. So uh, the top-down solution using memoization is really straightforward. I'm just throwing a lookup table to the already solved brute force approach. The if the value already computed exists in that table, I'll refer that table and I'll directly return that value. And if the lookup table does not contain at that particular value, I'll compute that and store in the lookup table. This is the concept of dynamic programming. So let me give a quick walkthrough of this algorithm. So this is the old function only memo I am taking. This is a 2D lookup kind of thing, or you can call it matrix. So I am passing this matrix to this auxiliary function, and these conditions I have already explained in the brute force approach. Only this part is different, right? This part and this part is different. So I'll explain only the different parts. So if a recursive call comes and we already have a result computed in the memo, so I'll directly return that from the memo table or DP table. And while computing a result, before returning, I'll store that in the DP table. So that part I'm doing here. So this was all I wanted to talk about with this problem. Like before winding up, let's also check the time and space complexity of this memoized solution. So this solution brings the time complexity down from exponential to O of n square, which is quadratic time complexity, and space complexity is more or less same. So this was all I wanted to talk about for this problem added distance. Like this is a really important statement, and this problem is asked a lot in interviews. So if you haven't got the complete idea of this problem, I'll highly recommend to go through the video once again, and hopefully you'll get a better idea. So thanks a lot for watching. If you appreciate my effort, I'll highly recommend to give a thumbs up to this video, and you can subscribe to my channel Clean Coder. Thanks a lot for watching. Hey guys, do check out this Instagram channel Clean Coder Community for all the jokes and memes related to software engineering. Thanks a lot.